one way to watch the 2011 NASCAR Canadian Tire Series. We're here on TSN, but a bird's eye view of the Motoplex Speedway here in Vernon, BC, as we prepare for restart number 3 here on lap 54. DJ Kennington and Pete Shepard.
Well, the 7 and the 17 going at it for first place, but DJ will get the run down the backstretch. Now Mixie gets up underneath the 7.
Yeah, Kerry Mix in the Dickies Ford Fusion is moving and working that inside lane. But look at the outside starting to come in. Some bumping and nudging. Now Kerry Mix off the pace as everybody goes by. Steckley to the inside. Fitzpatrick upstairs.
Well, Kerry Mix got up underneath the 7, but he got all kinds of loose, and he lost some spots. The 3's got some trouble. The hood's up.
Yeah, you can see the hood crumpled on the Rockstar Energy drink number 3. There as well, the right front fender flapping on the Equipment Express Chevy of J.R. Fitzpatrick.
Well, restarts, you know, cautions breed cautions. They close contact on them restarts. Everybody's fighting for every inch they can get early on.
The only one who's not fighting for every inch is DJ Kennington. He's got it as we ride on board with Jason Hathaway trying to figure out what happened.
Well, they're racing down into 3. Hathaway was going to roll him beside the 8, and the 84 checked up, and he tore the left front right off the car.
And it looks like heavy damage as the Snap-on Tools Dodge makes it to pit lane. Todd Sayre.
This is definitely not what the number 3 of Jason Hathaway needed. Of course, guys, remember battling that broken thumb and wrist on his right hand. You see the body damage, the crew trying to secure that so he can get back out. Green flag stop going further and further down with each second on pit road.
That's right, Todd. Jason Hathaway broke his wrist and his thumb at Mosport Raceway a little earlier this season, and we got trouble on the racetrack. This is the caution that Hathaway needs as it flies for a spinning Don Thompson Jr.
Let's have a look at the replay. Down into the corner. They're coming up off of turn 2, and there he gets a little help, and the 8 goes around.
That's the 12 of Jim White, who got into the back bumper of the 8 car of Don Thompson Jr. Makes a stop down pit lane. The 07 of Ismael Tremblay also taking this opportunity to head down pit lane. And don't forget to vote for your favorite NASCAR Canadian Tire Series driver. All you have to do is go to NASCARHometracks.com and click on your favorite driver.
Don't forget to vote. It's important. One more time, we're going to come to green. We're on board the Aaron's Mahindra Tractor Special of Pierre Bourque.
The 00, there's the 48 of Nathan Wink. He's had a couple great runs last season in the NASCAR Canadian Tire Series, making his first start on 2011, that 48. Looking for more, possibly, if some more funding comes along for that 48 team. They may even travel out east as we go that green, and DJ Kennington leads them through 1 and 2.
Wow, the top 3 under a blanket down the backstretch.
Scott Steckley now back to that inside preferred line. The 7 of Pete Shepard trying to hang on upstairs. There's a gap between the 22 and the 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick. Shepard can get down there, but he's choosing to fight on the outside.
Steckley's car a little bit loose on corner entry, and that sometimes will really give you the jeebies, because when you step on the brake, Dave, the back end steps out, you got to correct it, and then you got to get back to the gas.
The Exide Reed number 9. Mark Dilley having a pretty good run here today inside the top 10, just ahead of the 60 Mopar Dodge of Ron Beauchamp Jr. There is Jim White, who's also quietly having a good run after that run-in with the 8 car.
Well, he's got lots of laps here, that's for sure. You can actually call this his home racetrack, so he's looking for a great outing.
Mark Dilley can really use a good outing here tonight. He's had some tough runs this year. Of course, the opening race in 2011 had a rock go through the radiator, and then he started to pick it up through the season, had a pretty good run, top 10 finish at the Toronto Indy, but you know what, he just needs the confidence on the ovals as we take a look at a battle for 10th spot with the 8 car of Don Thompson Jr.
Don Thompson made that pit stop, and now he's on a mission to get that 8 car back to the front.
And remember earlier trouble for the 21 of Jason White as he's coming storming back through the field alongside the 00.
Still there, on your outside.
That's the spotter for the 21. That's Derek Lynch. I'll tell you, that's the guy I'd like to have on my radio coaching me, that's for sure. You need a good spotter, and Derek Lynch probably one of the best.
But you know, you got to take your hat off to the 00 up Pierre Bourque. Not one to drive many races on the ovals. He's already inside the top 10. Battle for second there between the 7 of Pete Shepard as he steals it away from the 22 of Scott Steckley.
You can hear how high those motors are turning down the backstretch. They lay it down in the corner, and I'll tell you what, whoa, we got one in trouble down there.
And it is the 21 of Jason White, a flat right front tire, it appears. Either that or suspension damage. No caution yet.
Oh, another bad break for the 21. He was looking for a great outing, as he said. Now a green flag pit stop for a right front tire.
Yeah, it does look like just a tire. It's the wheel is turning, so that's probably good news, but this is going to hurt the A&W Crusin The Dub number 21 of Jason White as the drive-through crew goes to work.
Well, they got to get a bar underneath the car to get it up high enough to get the jack under. There, the jackman goes to work, and they'll get the right front tire changed.
All this under green, though, as DJ Kennington continues to pace the field. Started on the outside of the front row and has taken over this race. And look at the lead he's built up over the 7 of Pete Shepard.
Well, the 17 car looks like he's on cruise control right now. He's keeping the car perfectly straight on corner entry and coming off the corner, not using up them right side tires.
And the leader's back into lap traffic, the 07 of Isabelle Tremblay, and now we ride on board with Scott Steckley.
Oh, what a great shot. Watch his hands. Coming up off the corner just a little bit loose, very determined, very smooth.
He just looks so comfortable behind the wheel of that 22, doesn't he?
Well, these new seats in these race cars, number one, they're truly safe, but there's lots of padding. You just sit back and relax and steer the race car.
Battle for fourth spot between the 02 of Kerry Mix and the 60 of Ron Beauchamp Jr. And Billy, we noticed just a little bit earlier the lap traffic pulling to the inside. That is something that NASCAR has been telling the drivers. You see the blue flag, you pull to the inside, let the leaders go by on the outside.
Well, it's been that way forever, really, but just the odd time a lap car will get in the wrong spot, end up on the outside, and it's just confusion because the fast guys think they're going to go to the bottom.
Another swap for second position between the Canadian Tire Dodge and the high-tech Dodge. Scott Steckley moving one position up and pushing the 7 car Pete Shepard back to third.
Well, you can hear Scott Steckley ease off the throttle and then ease back into it. That car is working pretty darn good.
Are brakes a big issue here at Motoplex Speedway?
Oh, for sure. I'll tell you, when you hum that thing around that long front stretch and head into turn 1, you got to get it anchored down into the apex to get off the car. Look at the rotors glow right there. Hard on the brakes here at Vernon.
Good battle for 10th spot there between Dexter Stacy and the 55, the 69 of Trevor Siebert, and the 25 of Sarah Cornett-Ching. She's up to 12th. Not having a bad run in her first outing. But one driver who is having a bad run, the 3 of Jason Hathaway, is behind the wall. Todd?
Guys, they finally had to bring the number 3 Snap-on Tools Rockstar Energy Dodge of Jason Hathaway behind the wall. It's a lower ball joint on the right side that's causing the problems. He can turn it, but the car keeps going to the right. It's become a handful. They're worried that they're going to have a problem rubbing with the tire on the right front. They figured, fix it, get it done, then they can go out and at least run as many laps as possible.
Very unfortunate, but how that happens, Dave, is when he clipped the left front on the 8 car, he sent him out to the wall, and because of the camber they're running, it bent the ball joint.
And it's a tough break for Jason Hathaway as this battle for second continues to wage between the 7 of Pete Shepard and the 22 of Scott Steckley as we ride on board the Midwest Combustion number 48 of Nathan Wink. He's in 10th position. A lap down and around goes the 69 of Trevor Siebert once again. In a Lake Excavating Ford Fusion.
Trevor not having a lot of luck with turn 4 here tonight in Vernon.
So that'll draw the caution once again. We'll have another look.
Oh, he got a little help. He went off the nose of the 84.
Fitzpatrick, the lead lap car, trying to get through traffic, and the leaders are in.
Leader DJ Kennington brings the Castrol Edge Dodge to pit road. It'll be fuel and a wedge adjustment to tighten them up just a little bit. This team has been very good at figuring fuel mileage. If they're done, they're good to go the distance now.
So here's where your strategy plays out. We talked to Scott Steckley's crew chief before this race. Now fuel goes in the car. There's J.R. Fitzpatrick stopping in behind. Some air bond going on the right front fender of the 84. We continue under caution. DJ Kennington continues to lead. Welcome back to race number 6 of the 2011 NASCAR Canadian Tire Series as we get set for restart number 4 here. Lap 137 from Vernon, British Columbia. DJ Kennington once again your leader and once again choosing the inside groove. Of course, the leader in NASCAR has the choice, inside or outside. The 17's been on the inside every single time.
Well, so far today, the inside's been the fastest way around, albeit right now the Steckley, the 22 car, hanging tough on the outside. But you'll watch these cars go down into turn 1. They've been dropping right down to the grass. And Dave, what that does, it transfers the weight from the left front to the right rear and helps the car turn the middle. We got a new leader, the 22 of Scott Steckley.
Well, the Castro points leader coming into this race is now the leader on the track as the Canadian Tire Dodge takes the point. DJ Kennington will slot into second spot on board with the 48 and Nathan Wink. He received the VTEC free pass during that last caution. Got to put a shout out to a big hello to Gordon Chow from VTEC here in Vernon, BC here today. Good to see him at the track and a great supporter of NASCAR racing here in Canada.
And he's seeing a barn burner of a race here tonight in his hometown as well. Look at these guys going at it like it's the last 25 laps.
Absolutely. The 7 of Pete Shepard in there. Don Thompson Jr. in the 8. There's J.R. Fitzpatrick in the 84 and Kerry Mix in the 02. Now keep an eye on the 84 and the 02. Those two drivers have found each other a couple times tonight while racing deeper in the field. A little bumping and a little nudging. And of course, they have a history as well, dating back to last year.
Well, neither one of them shy if you get an opportunity. Look at this, the 7, all 4 tires right down on the apron of the racetrack and making it work.
How does that affect the car, Billy?
Well, when you get all 4 down there, I'm really not sure. And you got a really good working race car if you get them both, all 4 down there. We talked before.
Tire.
Something appears to be up on the number 9 of Mark Dilley. We're hearing he may have a tire go down. There's a big wiggle out of the Leland Industries Dodge as the 14 James Van Domselaar is sitting in 14th spot. Ducks underneath the 9 car. Mark Dilley currently in 9th, possibly looking for pit lane. We'll see how that works out.
Well, business is picking up front. We got the front 4 going right at it. The 7 down the bottom trying to steal a spot from DJ Kennington.
Boy, he's making this half-mile short track a third of a mile short track with how low he's going to the inside. Pete Shepard taking a couple feet off the inside of 1 and 2, and there is 5th place driver, the 12 of Jim White, and we've got a problem.
Wow.
The 9 car of Dilley finally goes around. And caution flag flies on the X-side. Reed Dodge Challenger goes for a loop, and we'll have another look.
Wow, Mark Dilley just gets on the loud pedal and that tire going down, and it went around up in smoke, and the caution's out. He'll get to pit road.
The 02 of Kerry Mix comes in. They'll make a pressure adjustment to the left rear and a handling adjustment to the right rear. Now the number 9 of Mark Dilley had the spin on the track. They're changing left side tires. They still believe it was the left front that was down. They'll make the switch and send it back.
Well, fresh left side Goodyears, and they still got rights to go.
And it brings us to the Tim Hortons halfway update. We've only had 2 leaders, but 5 changes so far in this race. The most laps led, obviously, the 17 of DJ Kennington, who had a stranglehold on this race early on. 5 cautions, believe it or not, have slowed this field for 33 laps. I say believe it or not because historically, this race has pretty much gone clean and green.
This has always been a real good race, and it is a good race. We're just seeing more caution.
Now we continue that battle up in the front. Now the 7 of Pete Shepard trying for a run down the back straightaway on the inside. Again, cutting to the inside of 1 and 2. Now trying the same thing in 3 and 4. It seems to be working.
Watch this car down into turn 1. He diamonds the corner off and gets a drive off the bottom of the 2 like nobody else.
How about Jim White in the A&W number 12? We got a car around again. James Van Domselaar in the 14 will go for a loop. No caution yet. He gets it going. We stay green.
Side by side, one more time to the straight.
Scott Steckley up on the outside. Pete Shepard down low, way down low. Now Jim White trying that same line as well as he'll pull up to the left rear tire, the 22 of Scott Steckley. Here's J.R. Fitzpatrick in the 17 of DJ Kennington.
J.R. really charging the corners hard. You see his rotors, his front rotors glowing super orange down into the corner.
Finally, we stretch out single file at the top. Now 4 as J.R. Fitzpatrick clears the 17 of DJ Kennington, and Kennington wisely ducks in the line behind the 8 car of Don Thompson. You can hear Kennington flying the missile down the front chute, and now everybody doing the same thing. If it works for the goose, it works for the gander as well, as everybody tucking way to the inside in 1 and 2, and we got a log jam off of 3 and 4, and around goes the 84 of J.R. Fitzpatrick.
Wow, everybody fighting for real estate. There was a lap car in there. Donnie and JR get together, and JR goes around.
No caution yet as the field continues under green. Now the caution flag flies as J.R. Fitzpatrick slows just enough to beat the leaders out, and he'll stay on the lead lap. But he knew he needed a caution to get going there, so he Likely took a little extra time to try and refire the 84.
Oh, Donnie gets trapped in behind the 14-lap car. Him and JR get together. There was just too many cars in a small area.
Brampton, Ontario's Pete Shepard looking for his first win of 2011 here in the A&W 300.